All right, so today we're diving into something a little different, something you might not expect, drug rehab marketing. Yes, we've got some fascinating website copy here from Mastermind SEO. It's a digital marketing agency,
Yeah.
and they specialize in addiction treatment centers. Um, and, it's really a world where these like cutting edge marketing strategies
Mhm.
are meeting this like really urgent need to connect people with resources that can actually save their lives.
Yeah, it is. It's a space that's often overlooked,
Yeah.
but incredibly important. We don't usually think about, algorithms and SEO
Mm-hmm.
when we think about addiction treatment. But the reality is, digital marketing plays just a crucial role in helping people find the help they need.
Yeah, I never really considered that before, but it makes total sense. Like
Yeah.
when someone is struggling with addiction and they're ready to get help, where do they turn? Probably Google, right?
Exactly, exactly. And that's where Mastermind SEO's emphasis on Google My Business or GMB comes in. It might seem like a pretty basic tool, but for rehab centers, it's absolutely vital. Think about it. Someone searching for rehab centers near me, they need immediate support. They're likely in crisis, and proximity matters.
So GMB is more than just a digital storefront. It's a lifeline.
Precisely. Having an optimized GMB listing with accurate contact info, photos of the facility, engaging posts can be the difference between, someone finding help and continuing to struggle, and the Q&A feature. That's a powerful tool. Allows potential patients to get personalized answers to their questions right there on the listing.
What about reviews? It
Yeah.
seems like everyone checks reviews these days,
Yeah.
especially for something as important as, addiction treatment.
Absolutely. Reviews, both positive and negative, they contribute to a rehab center's online reputation. Responding to those reviews, particularly the negative ones, shows a commitment to transparency and a willingness to address concerns. It builds trust, which is essential in this field.
Okay, so GMB is crucial for that initial point of contact. But what about actually educating potential patients about addiction and the treatment options available? That's where content marketing comes in, right?
Yes, content marketing is all about providing valuable and relevant information. You're building trust and establishing authority. For rehab centers, this could mean blog posts addressing common fears about treatment, like you know what detox is really like, or how to afford rehab.
I imagine video content could be powerful too.
Absolutely. Videos showcasing testimonials from people who have successfully completed the program can be incredibly impactful. It humanizes the recovery journey and gives hope to those who are struggling.
It's about going beyond just the clinical aspects and showing the human side of recovery.
Exactly. And it's not just about attracting potential patients, it's also about educating the public about addiction, reducing stigma, and creating a more supportive environment for those seeking help.
So content marketing is about creating a resource hub, almost like a public service.
In a way, yes. It's about meeting potential patients where they are, answering their questions, and addressing their concerns in a compassionate and informative way. And of course, this all helps drive traffic to the rehab center's website, where people can learn more and take the next step towards recovery.
We've talked about GMB and content marketing. What about social media? Seems like that's a must-have for any business these days,
Yeah.
but especially for rehab centers trying to connect with a wide audience.
You're right. Social media is where rehab centers can really amplify their reach and build community. Each platform has its own strengths and target audiences. Facebook offers broad reach and diverse content formats. Instagram is visually driven and popular with younger demographics. YouTube is great for engaging video content. And even LinkedIn can be valuable for connecting with healthcare providers and building professional networks.
So it's about choosing the right platforms for your target audience and tailoring your content accordingly. But regardless of the platform, authenticity is key, right?
Yeah, absolutely. People can spot a fake a mile away. It's not about pushing salesy messages. It's about building genuine connections and fostering a sense of community. And just like with GMB, managing negative feedback on social media is crucial.
It's about using social media as a platform for two-way communication, responding to questions, addressing concerns,
Yeah.
and showing that you're listening.
Exactly. It's about building trust and demonstrating a commitment to transparency and responsiveness. It's about being a part of the conversation, not just broadcasting your message.
Okay, so we've got GMB for that crucial first impression, content marketing for educating and building trust, and social media for reaching a wider audience and fostering community. What other digital marketing strategies are we missing?
Mastermind SEO also emphasizes the importance of PR and link building, two strategies that often work behind the scenes, but play a crucial role in boosting a rehab center's online visibility and credibility.
Let's break those down. What exactly are PR and link building, and how do they fit into the bigger picture of drug rehab marketing?
PR, or public relations, is about shaping public perception and building a positive reputation. It's about getting your name and message out there through earned media. Think press releases, media coverage, community involvement, partnerships with other organizations. It's all about building trust and credibility in the eyes of the public.
And link building. That sounds a bit more technical.
It is. Link building is essentially about getting other reputable websites to link back to your website. These backlinks act as votes of confidence, signaling to search engines that your website is a valuable resource. This can significantly improve your search engine rankings, making it easier for potential patients to find you online.
So PR is about building a good reputation, and link building is about amplifying that reputation online.
You got it. They work hand in hand to establish authority and visibility in the digital world. It's about creating a web of trust that reinforces your credibility and makes you stand out in a crowded online space.
This is a lot to take in. Digital marketing for rehab centers is way more complex than I ever imagined.
It is a complex landscape, but that complexity also highlights the potential. We're talking about leveraging technology to connect people with life-saving resources, and that's pretty powerful stuff.
It is powerful. And it raises a lot of questions about the ethical considerations involved. After all, we're dealing with a vulnerable population, people who are seeking help for a serious and often stigmatized condition.
You're absolutely right. That's something we need to explore further. How do we ensure that these powerful marketing tools are used responsibly and ethically? That's a conversation we need to have.
It's a crucial conversation. We'll delve into those ethical considerations in part 2 of our deep dive into drug rehab marketing. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back and ready to dig into those ethical considerations surrounding drug rehab marketing. It's one thing to understand the mechanics of digital marketing, but when we're talking about something as sensitive as addiction treatment, I think we really have to stop and consider, the ethical side of things.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We're talking about real people's lives here, and the stakes are incredibly high. It's not just about, driving conversions or boosting website traffic. It's about making sure that vulnerable individuals are treated with respect and dignity, and that their needs are prioritized above all else.
Right, and in that first part of our deep dive, we talked about the importance of GMB for creating that, crucial first impression. Content marketing for educating potential patients and building that trust, and then social media, for reaching a wider audience and fostering a sense of community. But how do we make sure that these tools are actually being used ethically, especially when we're talking about a population that's often struggling with things like shame and guilt and fear?
That's the million-dollar question. It's a tightrope walk for sure. For example, how do you target potential patients without exploiting their vulnerability? Addiction is a complex disease, and people seeking treatment are often at their most vulnerable points. So it's crucial to avoid language that preys on that fear or shame, or that makes unrealistic promises about quick fixes or guaranteed success.
So authenticity and transparency are paramount.
Absolutely. Marketing messages should be honest and straightforward, clearly outlining the treatment process, potential challenges, realistic expectations. And it's not just about what you say, it's also about how you say it. The tone and imagery used in those marketing materials should be sensitive and respectful, avoiding sensationalism or exploitation.
It sounds like it's about striking that balance between highlighting how serious addiction is, but then also offering that message of hope and recovery.
Exactly. It's about acknowledging the struggles, but also emphasizing, that potential for healing and transformation. And it's about empowering individuals to make informed decisions about their treatment without resorting to those manipulative tactics.
Speaking of informed decisions, I'm curious about the role of pricing transparency in this context. Addiction treatment can be expensive.
Yeah.
And people need to know what they're getting into financially.
Oh, you're right. Financial considerations are a major factor for so many people seeking treatment. Ethical marketing means being upfront about costs, clearly outlining fees for different services, payment options, insurance coverage. There should be no hidden fees or surprises down the line.
It's about building trust from the start. And part of that trust comes from knowing that you're not being taken advantage of financially.
Precisely. And it's not just about pricing transparency. It's also about being honest about success rates. Rehab centers should be transparent about their treatment outcomes, providing data on completion rates, relapse rates, and long-term recovery outcomes. This information should be presented in a clear and accessible way, allowing potential patients to make those informed decisions based on evidence, not hype.
So it's about setting realistic expectations. Recovery is a journey, not a destination. And it's important for potential patients to understand There will be ups and downs along the way.
Absolutely. And that's where the ethical use of testimonials comes in. While testimonials can be powerful tools for demonstrating the positive impact of treatment, it's crucial to use them responsibly. Testimonials should be authentic and genuine, reflecting a diverse range of experiences, and they should never be edited or manipulated to create a false impression of success.
So it's about honesty and integrity in every aspect of marketing.
Exactly. And it's about going beyond compliance with legal regulations and embracing a higher ethical standard. It's about asking yourself, would I feel comfortable recommending this treatment center to a loved one? If the answer is no, then it's time to reevaluate your marketing practices.
Earlier, we talked about the importance of responding to negative reviews
Hmm.
on GMB and social media. But what if those negative reviews are pointing to legitimate ethical concerns about the treatment center itself?
That's a crucial point. Digital marketing can't be a band-aid for underlying problems. In fact, it can amplify those problems if not handled responsibly. If there are genuine ethical concerns, they need to be addressed head-on, not swept under the rug. Responding to negative reviews in a defensive or dismissive way, that's only going to erode trust and damage your reputation further.
So it's not just about managing your online reputation. It's about making sure that your actions are matching your words.
Exactly. Ethical marketing means walking the walk, not just talking the talk. It's about creating a culture of ethics that permeates every aspect of the organization. From the treatment programs offered to the way staff interacts with patients, to the marketing messages you put out into the world.
We've talked a lot about the potential pitfalls of these unethical marketing practices. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the positive impact that ethical digital marketing can actually have in the field of addiction treatment.
That's an important point. When done right, digital marketing can be a powerful force for good. It can connect people with life-saving resources, reduce stigma, and create a more supportive environment for those seeking help. It can empower individuals to make informed decisions about their treatment and recovery journey.
It can also help to level the playing field a little bit, giving smaller community-based treatment centers the opportunity to reach a wider audience and compete with those larger, more established organizations.
You're absolutely right. And it can help to reach underserved populations who may not have access to those traditional forms of outreach or support. Think about rural communities, LGBTQ plus individuals, or people with limited English proficiency. Digital marketing can help to bridge those gaps and connect people with the resources they need regardless of their background or circumstances.
So ethical digital marketing isn't just about avoiding harm. It's about actively doing good and using these powerful tools to create a more just and equitable world.
Precisely. It's about leveraging technology to create positive social change and empower individuals to reclaim their lives from addiction.
We've covered a lot of ground, from
Yeah.
the nitty-gritty of GMB and content marketing to those broader ethical considerations. That should really guide every decision. It's clear that ethical digital marketing is a complex and nuanced topic, but one that's crucial to get right.
It is complex, and it's an ongoing conversation. As technology evolves and the digital landscape shifts, we need to continually reevaluate our practices and ensure that we're using these tools responsibly and ethically.
Well, we're not done yet. We've got one more part of this deep dive to go. In part 3, we'll explore some concrete steps that rehab centers can take to make sure that their digital marketing practices are aligned with their values and committed to ethical conduct. Stay with us. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into drug rehab marketing. We've unpacked the strategies, talked about that ethical tightrope walk, and now it's time to get practical. What concrete steps can rehab centers take to make sure that their digital marketing is truly ethical?
Well, I think it all starts with the solid foundation of self-reflection. Before launching any campaigns, rehab centers need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Ask themselves, are our core values actually aligned with our marketing messages? Is the treatment experience we offer truly reflected in our online presence?
So walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Exactly. Authenticity is key. You can't market compassion and then have policies or practices that contradict that message. It's about building trust from the inside out.
Makes sense. So internal reflection first.
Yeah.
Then what?
Next, develop a comprehensive ethics policy specific to marketing and communications. And this isn't just a document to file away. It needs to be a living, breathing guide that everyone involved in marketing understands and follows.
What kind of things should this policy actually cover?
Well, it should outline clear guidelines for everything, from patient data privacy and the use of testimonials to advertising claims and social media engagement. It should also address how to handle those negative reviews and ensure transparency in pricing and treatment outcomes.
So setting those clear expectations and boundaries.
Right. And it's not a one and done deal either. This policy needs to be regularly reviewed and updated, to reflect evolving ethical considerations and best practices. The digital landscape changes constantly, and our ethical frameworks need to keep pace.
Okay, so we've got that ethical foundation and the policy guidelines, but what about actually putting this into practice? How do you ensure ethical practices on a day-to-day basis?
Training is crucial. Everyone involved in marketing, from content creators to social media managers, needs to be thoroughly trained on the ethical considerations that are specific to addiction treatment. And this isn't just about, knowing the rules, it's about developing a true ethical mindset.
So empowering them to make responsible decisions, even when maybe they're facing pressure to prioritize those results over ethics.
Exactly. And this training shouldn't be a one-time event. It needs to be ongoing, incorporating real-world case studies, discussions of emerging challenges, and opportunities for feedback and reflection.
It sounds like fostering a culture of ethical awareness within that marketing team is really important.
Absolutely. Another essential step is establishing clear communication channels for reporting ethical concerns. This could be a dedicated email address, an anonymous hotline, or maybe regular meetings where team members can openly discuss any ethical dilemmas they're facing.
So creating that safe space for people to speak up without fear of retaliation.
Exactly. And it's not enough to just provide those channels. It's equally important to take those concerns seriously, investigate them thoroughly, and take appropriate action.
It's about showing that ethical conduct is truly valued and that leadership is committed to doing the right thing.
Right. Finally, rehab centers need to embrace transparency as a core marketing principle. This means being upfront about pricing treatment methods, success rates, staff qualifications. It means openly addressing negative reviews and engaging in a constructive dialogue with critics.
So showing that you have nothing to hide, that you're confident in the quality of care that you provide,
Ah,
and that you're committed to continuous improvement.
exactly. Transparency builds trust. And trust is the foundation of any successful marketing strategy, especially in the sensitive field of addiction treatment.
So it's not just about avoiding those ethical pitfalls. It's about proactively embracing ethical practices as a core differentiator. It's about showing potential patients that you're not just another business. You're a partner in their recovery journey.
You got it. Ethical marketing isn't just about doing no harm, it's about actively doing good. It's about using these powerful tools to connect people with the help they need. While upholding the highest ethical standards, it's about recognizing the inherent dignity of every individual seeking treatment and treating them with respect, compassion, and honesty.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. From the nuts and bolts of these digital marketing strategies to those ethical considerations that should really guide every decision. It's clear that marketing in the addiction treatment space
Yeah.
is a complex and nuanced field.
It is, but it's also a field with such immense potential for positive impact. By embracing ethical practices and putting people at the center of their marketing efforts, rehab centers can use digital tools to truly make a difference in the lives of those seeking recovery.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with this question. What responsibility do we all have as individuals and as a society to support ethical marketing practices in the addiction treatment field? It's a question worth pondering. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep the conversation going.